Hello and welcome everybody to Veterans Memorial Rink here in East Haven for tonight's varsity hockey contest between your Guilford Indians and the visiting Falcons of Fermi High School. I'm Dean Cornelio, joined by John Knapp, Jeff Horton behind the camera. And before we begin festivities, before we begin the game tonight, it is senior night here in East Haven. Guilford will honor 4 of its seniors, all captains, Zach Cataruzza, Ryan Moore, James Mackey, and Mike Ring, before they drop the puck tonight. So we are going to go down and check it out here at ice level in just a moment. But the Indians coming off a tough loss in their last game, 6-3. That at the hands of Milford. They want to get back on the winning side. Fermi, 6-8-1. They need to win 2 of their last 5 to make the state tournament.
They've got their numbers. Yeah, they're going to have their hands full tonight.
So, before we get on to the game, though, as I mentioned, senior night here in East Haven, and we're going to begin with 4 seniors that are playing one of their final home games here. First, Indians defenseman Captain Ryan Moore began playing hockey at the age of 3 in youth. He played for East Haven, the Connecticut Wolves, and the Southern Stars. He's a 4-year varsity hockey player here at GHS. 85 total career points, 39 goals, 46 assists. A 2011-12 All-State first teamer, the New Haven Register, All-Area first team selection, and a 2011-12 All-Southern Connecticut Conference selection. And he played in the 2012 Connecticut Junior Select All-Star Game, was named MVP. He's also a member of the golf team, where he's captained both junior and senior year. All-State 2011 and 12, New Haven Register All-Area the same years, and a 2012 All-Conference player, first team selection. He finished his 2012 golf season with a 1.6 USGA index. He aspires to attend college in the Northeast, with Boston College, Northeastern, and BU among his top choices. Zach Cataruzza, the next senior, began his hockey career with the Warriors, skating for Coach Graves, who's now an Indians assistant, and learned to skate, moved on to Yale, eventually West Haven, before joining the Guilford Indians as a freshman. Missed his sophomore year, though, after recuperating from surgery, a torn ACL and MCL he incurred during the lacrosse season. Zach played soccer from the time he was youth through U13, when his passion for lacrosse kicked in. He's a senior captain defenseman on the boys lacrosse team, and will be joining his brother on the Babson College lacrosse team next year. Among his greatest accomplishments are the D2 State Championship, being the first lacrosse team to defeat Han twice in one season, and captaining both hockey and lacrosse. Mikey Ring, number 16, the third senior, been playing hockey since the age of 3. A family of 5 kids and a father who all play hockey. He's probably more than comfortable in skates than in shoes. He spent his youth hockey career playing first for East Haven. He has played at GHS for all 4 years and is a senior captain, as a forward, as a winger. Mike is also a varsity lacrosse player, a midfielder there, and has played all 4 years with GHS and its success on the lacrosse turf. Mike is planning to attend college to pursue a degree in business. He's also exploring continuing his hockey and or lacrosse career at the collegiate level. We remember his brother, John Billy, who's now off playing in Maine, and he had a tremendous career, and Mike has really picked it up this year as well.
I think I saw Billy come down to watch this senior night festivities.
See that? You got an eye for it all, John.
He's out in the ice right now, as a matter of fact.
There he is.
Telling his brother to win one.
Good to see him. Yeah. Good to see him back here. And James Mackey, number 22, also played hockey since he was 5. Although he had skates on as soon as he could walk. He spent his youth hockey with the Greater New Haven Youth Program. He's played varsity for GHS all 4 years as a senior captain playing center. He also played soccer for GHS as a defenseman, was chosen All-Southern Connecticut Conference in soccer, and is a midfielder in Gaelic football. James excels academically. He's in the top 10% of his class, and he's a member of both the National Honor Society and French National Honor Society. He is also president of the GHS class of 2013. James plans to attend college to study engineering and would like to play club hockey as well. wherever he ends up.
Gaelic football.
Gaelic football. He
Imagine
is
that,
very
right?
involved in that. Travels.
Good for him.
It's a big thing for him. So very unique, certainly. He's been involved in so many things. His resume is too long to list. It's extensive.
I'm gonna have
a
to go
great
on.
career for these four, though, John. Zach Cataruza, Ryan Moore, Mike Ring, and James Mackey. Congratulations on sensational careers here throughout 4 years. And now the seniors, one last
They'll
skate.
present a bouquet of flowers, I guess, right, to the statistician, I believe.
Marguerite Donahue.
Yes, right. That's
Senior. This is her
Brian's
farewell
sister,
as well. Brian's sister. Brian a year behind her, so it's nice of them to take a picture together. And we wish Marguerite well, in addition, as she certainly helps us out. Every time we ask for stats, she's got them. She's on it. So, been very helpful to us that way, too. So, the teams will warm up. We'll expect the Fermi Falcons out here very shortly. The teams will have their custom 8-minute warm-up time, and then we will be back here for action. So, again, Indians and Falcons. Guilford looking to really right the ship after a tough showing against Milford where they fell behind 5-0. Fermi is coming off a loss to Simsbury in its last contest. And as I mentioned, it needs to win 2 of the last 5 to become playoff eligible. So the teams are on. They'll warm up. And we'll take a quick break. The Indians and Falcons opening face-off. That's coming up next. Welcome back. We're ready for the start of play. The teams are warmed up. The officials check everybody's ready, and they drop the puck. Indians and Falcons are underway. Mike Ring, Horton, Mackey, Cataruza, and Moore, the starting unit. Brendan Mayo in net. For Fermi, Aaron Lickwar in net. Jason Despard, a forward, along with Brian Riley, Avery Bossy, Ryan Gothers, number 15, Logan Beck, number 7, the defensemen, to start it off.
Boy, Dean, you can tell right away that these teams, both teams, are coming out to skate this one hard from the start.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we're looking at this team right away in the... Oh, and Matt Horton upended on his way to the net. Net comes off. No call there. He's okay. Didn't get a quality shot opportunity, unfortunately, as he went flying into the...
But they came out skating.
They did, and as you mentioned in the opening, we're looking at both teams, and this Fermi team looks big.
They do.
They certainly have some size to them, and that one is deflected wide. Cafaro, shoulder to shoulder with one of the Falcon players. Baddick put it up the middle. It was broken up by Matt Boulay. Baddick lets Donahue take it. That's Dacey, overskated the puck. Look out, there's a man all by himself in front.
Oh,
Never got a shot off.
that was a wasted opportunity right there.
It really was. The Indians, 3 players were along the boards and could not knock the puck away, creating a 2-on-0 down low.
And he didn't pass it. The player didn't pass it to the open skater in front of the net.
I'm sure Coach Frank Genovese on the Fermi bench won't be too thrilled with the finish of how that play ended up.
It must have been an Enfield player.
Icing against Guilford. Face-off will come back. Cataruzza controls the face-off win. Glove down by Zach. Here's Moore. Moore, the team leader on points. Moore has it now. Up to the blue line. Steps into that. It was blocked by 21 Ernie Bouthier. Ernie's hit by his opposing 21 Charlie Malloy. Carson Sperry.
Number 14, Carson Sperry tonight. Remembered his jersey.
That's good. They weren't going to let him borrow it again, from what we understand.
You forget your jersey once, you never live it down.
Skated out by Jason Despard over here on the right wing side for Boise. And Avery's shot was deflected. 3 minutes into play, no score. Guilford and Fermi. These teams did meet last season, and it was a battle up at the Enfield Twin Rinks, that little ice box. Fermi gave him a battle. Indians came out 2-1 victors. Guilford has won the two meetings. The last two meetings, last 2 years. 2-1 and 5-3. The 5-3 decision here on Guilford's home ice 2 years ago. That one's broken up, delayed offsides. Sent in anyway by number 10, Nick Ferracci. Ferracci forces the issue for Fermi. To the line, not out. Sent back deep by Nate Marin.
And a whistle.
Looks like Mike Ring is going to the penalty box.
I didn't see that play.
So it looks like it'll be coincidental penalties actually on that one. Mike Ring of the Indians, Nate Marin of Fermi Enfield. No manpower advantage either way. Roughing each. Baddock over here to Donahue. Donahue has a man in front. It was Cafaro. Couldn't get him the puck. Matt Poulet. Cataruzza takes the puck from him. Poulet got a stick in, tripped up Cataruzza. Big hit there. Mayo will glove it, as was Moore. And a couple Indians playing the body. Cafaro wins it back to Moore. Here's Donahue. No icing. Donahue. Sent off the skate from Troy Marin to Mark Richard and into the Guilford zone. 5 minutes in, no score. Dean Cornelio, John Knapp, Jeff Horton with you on senior night for the Guilford Indians here from DeLungo Rink in East Haven. Nice pass. Springing Brian Riley. Riley, one of the team leaders at 17 points. And they score! Riley, one of the team leaders at 17 points. And they score! That one's put home. So Fermi strikes first on the shot from inside the face-off circle. And that's not the way the Indians wanted to start with this one, John.
That's right. It's tough to play from behind against a team like Fermi.
So Jason Despard finished the play for the Falcons. And the assist to Mr. Riley. Brand. Here's Horton. Back to Brand. Return pass, went off the boards. Mackey over to Dacey. Dacey the shot. Horton with Cafaro. This duo should really work well together. Both move the puck very well.
Yeah. I was just about to mention, it looks like Guilford's really moving the puck well in this shift. Skating heads up.
Mackey and Cafaro both usually centers out there at the same time. So see if Coach Russo isn't trying to change things up a little bit. Brand. Puck bouncing. Mackey has it. James. I think he was intending that for Horton. The shot went well wide. Now Horton goes into the wall with Ryan Gothers. Big hit there as Baddock stands up. Number 16, Avery Boise. Donahue. Here's Baddock.
Two big hits by Derek on that shift.
Indians need a little spark here. The other night against Milford, they really held the shot advantage and controlled the play. Just couple bad bounces. They had a few posts, couple bad bounces, and a few mental mistakes cost them.
Yeah.
So icing against Guilford. This Falcon team was 9-11 last year, qualified for states, but lost. That one's gloved by Brandon Mayo. They lost qualifying round game to Cheshire in overtime, 3-2.
First round?
Qualifying round before the first round, yep. They didn't qualify the year before that, and 3 years ago again were ousted in the first round. But looking back at their recent history, in 08, 09, and 07, 08, they had 14 win seasons.
Wow.
And advanced to the semis in 09, losing to number 1 Hamden. Hamden, the eventual state champ that year.
Division I?
And this team, we should mention, Fermi's been a Division I team throughout, and they've been at times a power in Division I. That one's gloved by Likwar. Now this is their first season in Division II.
Okay.
So they dropped down for the first time after going 9-11 last year. Now we see the customary Mackey, Ring, Horton trio. And James doesn't lose many draws. He's got to be around 70%. We were talking about it before the game. That one, though, might have went the Falcons' way.
Make it 68%.
Penalty block, coming up. Yep. Penalty on the Indians, but they scored! Negates the penalty, and it's Jason Despard again.
Penalty
shot block,
coming up.
Yep. Penalty on the Indians, but they scored! Negates the penalty, and it's Jason Despard again, who scores for the Falcons with 6:53 to play in the period. And it's Despard 2, Guilford no score, as he has lit the lamp twice.
He picked his corner. He saw an opening, and he
certainly
took it.
Did.
Yeah.
So the penalty waved off. For Despard, he came in with 10 on the season. Their leading goal scorer. You could see why. He now has 12. Avery Boise, the assist. So, the Indians, now in the last two games, have made it an uphill struggle for themselves. That one rolls in on the goaltender. Puck was loose, a quick whistle. Mike Ring not happy about it. After getting two shutout wins against Wethersfield and Lyman Hall HK, both by 6-0 scores, that was a good opportunity there. Ring couldn't get the shot off. After those two 6-0 wins, they fell behind 5-0 in the second period of Milford in the last broadcast, and now 2-0 in the first half of this game, first half of the first period against these Falcons. So the Indians a good third period team. We even saw it the other night against Milford. They scored 3 to get back into it in 5.5 minutes. But they're going to give themselves another challenge tonight. But why wouldn't they have it on the other way, John?
Yeah, that's right. Make it an uphill climb, boys. It's a much more rewarding victory.
Ring with a move into the middle. Horton tried to knock it down.
Nice stick movement by Matty Horton. He did a good job just getting his blade on that puck.
Yeah, just went wide. Intercepted. Almost. Donahue was there. Dumped in by Mark Richard. Falcons finished the change behind the play. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the first. Falcons lead the Indians 2-0 on 2 Jason Despard tallies. Baddock, the pass into the middle. That gets by Donahue. It'll negate the icing. Zach Katarusa back for it first as Matt Boulette is it on the forecheck. Oh, Cafaro with a nice hit there. Going high on Ryan Zetterholm. And that goes out over the glass for a whistle. Petrick, Sperry, and Malloy, the unit out for Coach Russo. Carried up by Ryan Brand. I'll take the shot. Stick save. Rebound. Charlie Malloy there. It was a good play by the defenseman Zetterholm. Not allow the shot through. Lickwar had the side covered. Malloy working hard behind the net, but the Falcons skate away with it. Carson Sperry pokes that puck away. Right in front, a good backhand opportunity by Will Dacey. Lickwar had the answer to it. Nice off the boards pass, that's Petrick. Petrick will shoot, blocker save Lickwar. Lickwar with a 3.08 goals against coming in. He's been strong for the Falcons. Big hit there. Dacey's got to be careful as he swung his stick back at him. Might have gotten away with a slash. Look out, Despard trying to get another shot off. To the point, not out. Right on. Rebound try. Mayo made the stop on the initial by Troy Marin.
Looks like Mikey Ring got banged up a little bit in that last exchange.
Yeah, he's favoring something. You're absolutely right.
He skates off.
Going off slowly.
Yeah.
No icing here. Horton and Mackey couldn't decide who wanted the puck. Moore with the turnaround went wide. Donahue tried to flip it in front. Comes near sideboards. Donahue. That was a sandwich there between Donahue and Mackey. Poor Troy Marin right in the middle of the Mackey-Donahue sandwich. Horton working the puck away. Getting some help from Mackey. Defenseman knocked it away. Lickwar was going to pounce on it. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first. Mackey shot. Look out. Good chance. Oh! Somehow Donahue couldn't finish that. Donahue had a goal last game. And now he gets a backhand off and never
He is
got
all
through.
over that crease.
He is, and unfortunately couldn't finish on that one.
Wow.
The first shot he didn't get it. He did not get a good clean shot off that Lickwar had to stop. The defenseman came back and gave him a hard time doing his job effectively.
That's right. Brian paid the price, I'm afraid.
Off the boards. Here's Katarusa.
Yeah, there we go.
And maybe a hook.
Yep.
We'll see.
Number 12. DJ Trudeau.
Mr. Trudeau for hooking. Indians will get the power play with 1:22 to go in the first.
The senior forward gets his first penalty of the game.
So it'd be nice if Guilford can get one here late, get themselves some momentum. Good to see Mike Ring back out there after he was favoring whatever that was. Bouncing puck, he scores! James Mackey! The first goal on senior night for the Indians. Back out there after he was favoring whatever that was. Bouncing puck, he scores! James Mackey! The first goal on senior night for the Indians. And James, a quick power play goal, 7 seconds into the power play to be exact. And with 1:15 left in the period, Mackey makes it a 2-1 game.
Perfect. Did they give an assist there, Dean? I didn't hear it.
I believe Ryan Moore got the assist.
Okay.
2 seniors hooking up conveniently on senior night here.
Another point for Ryan Moore.
That's right. I believe it's point number 20. Right around there. Big hit. They knock Matt Horton off his feet. Don't hear that said very often.
No, that's right.
Moore with a big hit there. Taking down Matt Boulay.
The official in the middle of the mix down there.
Here's Catarusa.
3-on-2.
Zach will take the shot, a stick save, Liquar. Ring. Oh, and that one ended up being a real close opportunity. Liquar kicked it out last minute. Catarusa from the angle. Liquar the stop as he took it in the breadbasket and holds.
It's the second time that Matty Horton's been able to get his blade on a puck that's flying through the crease.
Down to 4 seconds left. Coach Russo is going to pull Brandon Mayo for his 6th attacker. Usually 3 seconds is the safe zone. He's going to take his chances with 4. Here we go. And Horton jumped the gun.
I don't think we got that on
football,
TV.
it would be offsides. Now, his brother Casey's never offsides on the football field, of course. But Matty would have been called offsides there. This one goes to the corner. They're not going to get a shot off as time runs out in the first period. So the Falcons struck first 2 goals by Jason Despard, but James Mackey with a late power play tally with 1:15 left in the period closes the gap to where we stand right now. After 1 period of play, Fermi Falcons 2, Guilford Indians 1. We are back. The start of the second period about to get underway. Indians held a 16-9 shot advantage according to the official statistician down in the booth. And the Indians look to get another one here. They scored late. James Mackey with the power play goal. And for James, that was his 3rd of the season. More shot blocked. And the Falcons with the transition play. Despard, who has both Falcon goals, try to play it over to Boise, and Mayo pounced on it. Riley and Mackey on the draw. Mackey won it over to Mike Ring. Here's Mackey. Releases the puck, takes the hit, over to Horton. And that went off of Riley. Mackey still with it. James Horton calling for the pass. Mackey hit the back of the net with that attempt. Now they try to get it to Ring. Ryan Moore broke in. Nobody back. Catarusa has to hustle, gets there first. And safely plays it out of the zone right on the tape of Mike Ring. And that chance by Ring, another good opportunity. Indians, 2 opportunities down there, Ring and Horton. So, again, good to see them get some opportunities. They can never complain about the shots that they get.
No, that's right.
It's
they're
finishing it.
You know they're going to get their shot counts.
Off a Donahue stick. Nice pass in. Here's a chance, and missing stick side high with number 4, Matt Boulay. Here's Baddock. Baddock flips it on goal, and Lickwar gloves it. The Indians in danger of not making the SEC playoffs with that loss to Milford in the last game. They're just 2-2-1 in the conference. Milford hops them now at 3-2 in conference play. So
let me ask you, Dean. Now, is it my understanding?
Whoa, big hit there by Donahue. Nothing called. Another one by Baddock. That's what we've come to expect from those two, and we got it back to back.
Is it my understanding that the SEC tournament is going to be 2 teams for Division II?
And that is offsides. I have not heard that.
I thought it was first place and second place straight to the finals.
Well, if that's the case, then
it makes no difference.
Then it probably won't make a difference. They'd have to, right. But the Indians do have Amity up next, and that'll be a big conference game. First, they got some business to tend to here, though, John.
That's right.
To the point. Pad save, Mayo. Here's Ryan Moore. And he missed connections with everybody, and that'll go for icing against the home squad. Petrick wins that draw. Back to Moore. Cataruza and Moore will play catch. Pass across intended for Carson Sperry. Here's Petrick. And Moore will slap it in on goal. Lickwar gets the pad on it. Petrick with a hit. Malloy picks up the puck. Can't get around the defense. And that will go for icing against Fermi Enfield. Mackey wins the draw back to Dacey. Dacey shot blocked. Dacey still with it, though. Oh, it's redirected by Horton. They score, Mike Ring! Dacey shot blocked. Dacey still with it, though. Oh, it's redirected by Horton. They score, Mike Ring! Ring finishes the play and ties the game with 11:35 to go in the second.
Looked like Matt Horton had an excellent opportunity up front. Took a shot, a backhanded shot, but they were able to make the save. Rebound came out. Mike Ring was there to put it in.
The play started with Will Dacey, though, at the point, though, John. And he was able to keep it in twice. Smartly put it towards the net when he saw Matt Horton there.
Yeah.
You got to feel good when Horton's in front. And Lickwar made the stop a couple times.
Bit of a discussion with the officials at center ice.
Not the third time as Ring put it in. They are talking to Tom Petrick in the box over. And now they'll go to the coach, Frank Genovese of Fermi. Frank happens to be a school counselor for Fermi High School. Works at the school, knows some of these kids. And not sure what he's trying to explain there, but the goal's going to count regardless.
It is a thorough explanation, though.
So, Ring ties it for Mikey, his 9th of the season. And his brother Billy went earlier in the house tonight to see his brother's senior night. And what a great present to himself for that, getting a goal on senior night. Mackey, another good opportunity. Horton on the follow. 2 good chances. This line creating havoc, causing problems for the Falcons. Now, Cataruza, they're trying to beat Zach wide. Good luck with that one. And Avery Boise couldn't do so. Puck knocked down with a high stick, and the whistle face off outside. Cafaro loses that draw. Brand fan on it. Cafaro goes out. Baddock! What a hit that was, and the player's down for the Falcons. Not sure who that was, but the goalie going over to check on his teammate. Baddock planted him hard into the boards. And good to see him get up under his own power. He's upset. Can't blame him. Nate Marin, number 11 for the Falcons. And he'll skate off under his own power. Petrick. It's Petrick, Malloy, Sperry. Here's Evan Powell. Fan on it. Actually, I think that was a nice fake.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And he got it over to Ryan Brand. Petrick gets the return from Malloy. Petrick the shot wide. Sperry going to the net, parking himself in front, trying to do his best Rick Nash of the New York Rangers. Sperry, a Rangers fan, along with Brian Donahue. So, there's a collision. Not the one the Indians wanted. Petrick and Brand. Under 10 minutes to go, second period. Indians have tied it up courtesy of a Mike Ring goal here earlier. Malloy. Could be a 3-on-2 if they're actually Petrick going for a change. Malloy shot blockered away. Charlie needs to get up. Player tripped up was Mike Ring. Sperry has it. Sperry trying to get a shot off in the slot. He could not. Ryan Moore steps in to help. Moore behind the net. Leaves it. That's Horton. The hammer. We'll skate after it. Shot wide of the net by Mackey. Up top, Cataruza. They passed it to it on his backhand side. Fortunately, he was able to keep it in. That could have been dangerous. That one goes wide through the crease area. Horton plays it down low. Ring tied up. And Fermi will gladly take the icing call here. 8:43 to play, second period. Dean Cornelio, John Knapp, Jeff Horton with you from East Haven. The Indians and Falcons are tied up. Mackey won that draw towards the net. Lickwar played it to the corner. Off of Mackey skates right to Ryan Moore. And Lickwar, the stop. That looked like a perfectly executed play, John, off of Mackey skates to Moore.
Like they planned it, Dean.
It's a tough stretch of hockey for the Guilford Indians, John. They're finishing the season with 7 games in 12 days.
Wow.
They played 2 nights ago. Here tonight, they got games Monday and Tuesday. Look out, Mike Ring trying to get a break. Horton, the opportunity. Puck loose, Mackey there. Rebound again. How many chances are they going to get at it? Net comes off and the whistle goes.
Going to be a penalty coming up, Dean.
I would hope so after that one, because Mike Ring was upended on his way to the net in the very initial opportunity they had, let alone the 3 or 4 rebound tries.
Tripping. Ryan Zetterholm for the Fermi Enfield Falcons. Spending 2 minutes in the box.
Actually, it's Fermi Enfield East Granby if you want to get technical,
Is
John.
that right?
They have a number of high schools they pull from. Here's Boise, one of the team captains, along with Logan Beck, the defenseman number 7, who's out there now as well. Here's Will Dacey, and he's on the power play. Dacey, wide on the right side. Dacey in front. And Brand will come back for it. Brand up to Dacey. Dacey will wind and shoot. Lickwar, the routine glove save. Donahue going to the net. Plants himself there in the whistle. Minute 16 left of power play time. Guilford trying to get its first lead. It trailed 2-0. Jason Despard with both goals. Indians have answered. Cataruza blocked. And look out. Could be a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Ryan Moore is back. Pass gets through. Mayo to stop. I don't think Matt Boulay even got a shot off, really. It went off his stick towards the net, but he never got good wood on it. It rolled in. Mayo put it to the corner, and the Indians quickly back the other way. Zach Cataruza had an opportunity there. Couldn't finish. Under 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Ryan Moore Cataruzza, good look to Ring. Ring, who has the Indians tying goal. Backhander to Cataruzza. Moore will shoot one. And it bounces over Cataruzza's stick. Mayo plays it to the near boards. Cataruzza up to Horton. Horton, final 10 seconds of the power play. Moore with the keep. Takes the hit up high from Boise. Sends it over. Cataruzza ridden into the boards hard. Mackey. Centering pass right through the crease. Mike Ring was there. Ring trying to gain position on the bigger defenseman Ryan Goethers. He's only a sophomore. Moore centering. Ring there. Falls down Mackey, and there Mackey going toe-to-toe. You don't see him get fired up too often.
That's right.
He's usually very composed. And not in that exchange, though. He got a little heated. Good to see him with a little fire.
It is senior night, Dean. Both sides skating even. 5:33 left, second period. Score still tied at 2.
Powell's shot. Gloved. Powell with a good opportunity from the left point.
It looked like it might have been deflected on the way in there a little bit.
I believe so. Petrick. Powell again. Here's Brand. He'll get it through some bodies, but it went wide. Petrick position in front. Malloy and Sperry. Sperry's going to get called for a hit from behind.
In his defense, I think that the Fermi player turned at the last second as Carson was heading in for his hit. Turned out to be a hit in the back.
So Sperry on a cross check. And that comes off its moorings as going into the crease area was number 10, Nick Ferracci. Fermi's first power play of the night. The Indians' only other penalty went to Mike Ring, but that was coincidental in the first. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second. Fermi would love to regain the advantage it had. And here's an opportunity. That shot gloved by Brandon Mayo, and he'll hold on Nick Ferracci with that chance. Mackey wins it cleanly to Dacey. Fermi controls though at the point. That one trickled through legs. Ring plays it off the boards. Took an odd care on James Mackey. Mackey will go in after it. Logan Beck look to set it up. Minute left on their man advantage. Puck finds the stick, and he was not going to get through Brandon Dacey. That was Brian Riley. And Mike Ring after it against Riley. Ring towards the net. Goes into the corner. Here's Dacey. Mike Ring will put it wide. Just over 20 seconds left of power play time for the Falcons. Game tied at 2 under 3.5 to go in the second period. Brand with a nice hit there. Caught in the skates. Cafaro. And Chris will skate out with it. Tries to get around another man, and he does. Can he get the last step here? A penalty coming up to the Falcons thanks to the work of Chris Cafaro. Cafaro did all the work there to cause the hooking call.
I tell you what, Dean, Guilford did a great job on their penalty kill.
They did, and now they have a full 2-minute advantage here thanks to Ryan Zennerholm having to hook Chris Cafaro after Cafaro's good work on the PK, finishing the PK. Ryan Moore's shot doesn't get through. Donahue. And around to Moore. Horton braces himself. It's Horton, Moore, Cafaro, like Donahue, and Cataruzza. So an interesting forward unit. Cataruzza and Donahue both took out Nick Faraci.
Who went in skate first into Mayo. Oh.
Look out. Donahue's got to be careful there. And the player's slow to get up again. The same player, Nate Marin. Donahue, first it was Baddock, now it was Donahue. And I feel bad for Nate Marin to be on the receiving end of hits from both of those two. That is just not fair.
It's not.
Minute 3 left of power play time for Guilford. And again, Mackey won it cleanly to Cataruzza. Here's Moore. Moore to James Mackey. Cataruzza. Mackey takes the shot, and it's Lickwar with the stop. Mike Ring right in the area. Cataruzza. Falcons have trouble clearing. Ring has the puck. Centers for Horton. Lickwar got a piece of it before Horton could really get a shot off. And the Falcons clear the zone. Just 20 seconds left of power play time. 1:20 to go here in the second period. Mackey dropping it for Horton. Gets the return. Horton flips it towards the net. Ring was there. Cataruzza will take the drive from the angle. Penalty time is over. Moore's got to be careful. They score, Ryan Moore. No, he doesn't need to be careful. What am I talking about? Penalty time is over. Moore's got to be careful. They score, Ryan Moore. No, he doesn't need to be careful. What am I talking about?
He can hear the skates behind him.
Player coming off the bench. He got off the rifle before the player could get to him, and he scores stick side on Lickwar to give the Indians their first lead of the night with 57.3 seconds to play. Mackey and Ring get assists on the goal.
Boy, you couldn't ask for a more perfect senior setup on that one.
Again,
Mackey, Ring, and Moore. 3
of the 4 seniors figuring in, and Cataruzza was out there too, so you got to give him a plus. So they all figured in on it.
That's right.
Falcons hoping to get the equalizer late, but Brandon Mayo has other thoughts as Nick Faraci was stopped by him there. Moore blocked that one, going down on all fours. That shot Finn on Moore, now up to Ring. The Indians have time. There's 20 seconds left. Horton coming up to play to join it, and Ring couldn't get the pass through. A good play by the Fermi D, and now a break for the Falcons late the other way. Great play on defense by Moore to get back. Look out. This is where the Indians had trouble against
save.
Milford. They gave up a goal with no time remaining, and that time Brandon Mayo was determined to not let it happen again, John. Matt Boulay stopped on the backhand try by Mayo to keep a 1-goal lead for his team after 2 periods of play. So it was a good one. Indians trailed coming in, but they got goals from Mike Ring and Ryan Moore to get the lead for the first time tonight. It should be a good final 15 minutes after 2 periods of play. Guilford Indians 3, Fermi Falcons 2. All right. We are back with former Indian, now I can call him a former Indian, Billy Ring, a senior last year, came all the way back from University of New England in Maine to be with his brother tonight on Mike's senior night. And it's great of you to come back and be part of that. Do you remember back to last year? What did this night mean to you? I believe it was Massac that you played.
Yeah.
And what did this night kind of mean to you as a culminating night for you and your senior night last year?
I don't know. Obviously, it's a pretty special night. Honoring the kids that I played with since I was a freshman.
Right.
My junior year, we had a really close team, and senior year was another tight group. So coming back and having one night dedicated to playing with the guys I've been with for 4 years was really awesome.
You had a big group too.
Yeah, we had
I believe
seven kids.
So now tonight you come back and
there was eight. There was 8 because Will Seward came, and then
correct.
we had 7 my junior year, and then Stonewall Sue came to the party senior year.
Big classes. This is a smaller one with four guys, but a good 4 guys, a quality 4 guys that have been with the program for 4 years and that you've really gotten to know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And your brother's really come a long way. We've been talking throughout the season as someone who's arguably most improved. It could be him, but I mean, what has changed for him? Because we didn't see it as much last year as now. Is there anything you've noticed as being around him a little bit?
Well, a lot of the guys from last year joke that I'm not there to give him a hard time anymore. But
that could be something to do with it. No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's just kind of found his spot in the team. He's doing a lot of playmaking, stuff like that. Not necessarily. I mean, he's never been into I know. I'm a little guy, so I'm not a big hitter, but Matty Horton's a perfect example of that. And some guys that are, like to go out, they like to play a full game, hit, get in the corners. And I think Mikey plays it a little bit smarter than I did. So I think that's playing well to his strengths, and it's paying off for him.
Okay, now the real question. So you just admitted he's smarter than you, potentially. So now he's a senior. Now we go back to when you were playing. Who's the better player, Mike or Billy Ring? We got to know.
Well,
and you don't have to be modest here.
Yeah, a couple ways to look at it. If you go by the books, Mikey's definitely got more stats than me. He's padding them up pretty thick right now this year, to his credit. But smarter, I'd say we're equally smart about the game. But I think that I go too fast sometimes to really break down the play, and I think that he does that better than I do. But in other respects, I think I'm stronger and faster than he was and is.
Right.
So we both don't have the greatest shot or anything like that. So I think it really comes down to just the speed that we play at.
Yeah, which is 100%.
Exactly. It's just how you if you play him too fast, and you won't see the play develop as much as he can, or if you're playing too slow, you won't be at the puck as fast or anything like that. So
that was a very diplomatic answer. I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, college changes you,
I was going to say, I don't remember you being so diplomatic last year.
Yeah, no, I would have been very biased.
You say college has changed you. Yeah. Can you please explain what these pants are? Did those come from UNE or something? Where did those come from?
Well, I took a trip over Christmas break with one of my friends from the lacrosse team. And we went back up and visited some friends at school.
Okay.
And we decided we were going to stop at the Kennebunkport Kennebunk Trading Post or Kittery Trading Post, something like that. And
close enough.
Yeah, J. Crew I got a J. Crew gift card for Christmas. So
there was nothing better than that in there.
I was looking for that buy that would just stand out, and
congratulations, mission accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. Speaking of UNE, talk about how it's going for you in terms of catching up with other players. We like to do it when we can, but how is college going for you? This is now your second semester now, so you've gotten acclimated a little bit, and lacrosse is getting going. But talk about how you've adjusted and how much you like it up there.
I've hit a couple bumps in the road early on, so that kind of it discouraged me and got me upset with my college for a while. And so I came home from break thinking I didn't like it that much. And I'm finishing out the semester.
Yeah.
And I'm liking it better so far. I'm turning most of my grades around.
Good.
If they weren't so hot. And getting into more of a routine, going to the library, going to the gym, doing all that. So.
And lacrosse.
Yep, absolutely. Darn. And so it's just.
So you're not thinking of transferring, even though you said you had a bump in the road.
Right. I'm starting to get more acclimated to it, and I like where I'm at.
Good. Well, great to hear, and thanks for coming up and catching up. It's always good to see you here. We're going to pause, take a little break. Third period action coming up next. Indians have the lead 3-2. It's going to be a good final 15 minutes. Start of the third period about to get underway. We thank Billy Ring for coming up in the second and joining us for a quick alumni interview. Always good to see him.
He's always fun.
Something fun to offer and joke, and glad to hear he's starting to turn around and like it up at UNE. That's great. Matt Horton gets it back to Cataruzza. Horton. And Mackey lost it off his stick.
I think Fermi's going to come out and play a much more physical period this period.
Did you go into their locker room this time, John?
Yes. Well, I had my ear to the door.
Oh, you did.
Bit of a creeper, I know, but I heard the coach yelling at him, saying that they really got to start manning up out there.
Face off down in the Indian zone after the icing. Off the glass, out of the zone to center. That's Gothers, number 15. Picked up by Mackey. Gets it deep. Beck. And up to Brian Riley. Quickly sent back down in front of us here. Gothers, the sophomore defenseman. To Beck, the senior. Here's Brand. Knockdown. Powell got it into the Fermi zone. Zetterholm. And that slapper by Donahue went wide. Here's Brand. Brand will carry it in. Leaves it. Cafaro. Can't get the shot off. Cafaro played it down in the corner for Donahue. Faraci to center. And that goes into the Guilford bench, making sure they're staying alert over there for the whistle. So behind the play, John, it looked like Mr. Donahue got away with one, huh?
That's right. The owl strikes again.
The slasher.
The slasher.
He could start his own horror film, potentially. Here comes Cataruzza. Zach Cat into the middle for Petrick. Logan Beck avoids the hit from Malloy. Moore. Backhanded him by Petrick. He'll go off for a change. His line been out there for a little bit. Big hit there by Malloy as he plants Ernie Bouthier. Here's Horton. Malloy in front. He gets by Malloy and Sperry and all the way down the ice. Horton calling for it. He wants the quick pass as Fermi was changing. He's not going to get it. Moore holding it behind the net. Just over 3 minutes into the third period. Indians still with a 1-goal lead. Dean Cornelio, Jeff Horton, and John Knapp with you. Yes, John. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Guilford content just to hold the puck behind the net and kill time.
They don't need any goals at this point.
Well, can never have enough.
And that's going to go for an icing against Guilford. 11:26 to play in regulation time. A lot of time to go here. And a nice pass out. Horton. And, right on the side of the net, Mackey. Knocked down as he put it on goal. Good opportunity there. Horton nearly surprised them. Kept in at the point. 16-16 going in there, Boise and Ring. Horton gets the shot on goal, takes the hit from Beck. Beck and Horton have been going at it.
Yeah, no kid. Could be the biggest kid on the team against the smallest kid on the team.
Horton always picks those battles, though. He'll always take on the biggest guy. That puck never got through, or else Matt Horton was at the net. Look out, here's a chance the other way, and missing wide was Brian Riley. Brian has 8 goals on the season. He's sniped a few so far. But not tonight. Dacey, head up. And he tried to sneak that one through. Net comes off its moorings as Donahue had control of it. And the faceoff will stay low in the Fermi zone. Cafaro will win that faceoff. Into the middle of the shot. Wide by Donahue. Flipped out into his own bench by Ryan Zetterholm, so the faceoff will stay low. Petrick gets to draw it back to his defense, and Donahue threw another big check there before the last whistle. Then looked down on his opponent. The slasher. That was not the slasher, though. That was the pounder. I don't know. Come up with a lot of adjectives for some of Donahue's plays.
The thug.
Dumped in by Jacob Quinn. Here's Sperry. Mayo got a stick on that one as they tried to throw it in front. It was Nick Faraci. Indians will take the icing with 9:10 to play. More with the face-off. I mentioned the Indians are going to struggle to make the SCC Division II playoffs. The Falcons are in last place in their standings in the CCC North. Despite a 6-8-1 record, they are 1-6 in their conference play.
Is that right?
They are, and that shot by Jason Despard, who has both Fermi goals, stopped by Mayo. They're in a league with Simsbury, Glastonbury, South Windsor, and Conard. Some pretty strong teams traditionally.
Right.
But they are not doing well in conference, but they're just worried about a state berth at this point. That shot, again, a stick save. Indians have dropped in the Division II standings. We'll go over that in a minute. Mike Ring into the middle. Oh, that went right through the legs of Horton. Mackey had his stick lifted. Puck taken by Jason Despard. Ring ducks both hits of Logan and Despard. Billy said he was a smarter player, and that was a pretty smart play there. Here's Horton in front, looking for Mackey. Moore steps up to keep it in. Horton. Center one right off of Beck. And the whistle there. Cafaro against Andrew Crane. Cafaro won it. The blast by Powell stopped by Aaron Liquar. Indians in Division II, they've dropped in the standings after that loss to Milford. Milford has hopped them and moved up a little bit. Indians dropped to 12th, right ahead of this Fermi team. So this is a big game in terms of, again, Division II. I mentioned the last time against Milford. Milford got the W. Indians hoping to get it tonight. Amity, the number 1 team in Division II, and we'll see them next. A couple players tripped up. Donahue and Zetterholm. Baddock going at it with Troy Marin. Puck deflected. Kicked out of the zone by Mark Richard. Powell Sends it across. Brand, he's got a shot. He lets it go. It's blocked by Zetterholm. Brand will take it at center and give it back to Powell. Powell reaches the center stripe, dumps in. So they need a change. Cafaro gets it low. Moore and Cataruzza step on for that defensive pair of Brandon Powell. Donahue. Here's Petrick. Off the boards to Cataruzza. He'll wind and shoot. Blocked. Out to center. 6.5 to go in the third. Indians clinging to the 1-goal lead. Petrick and Baddock in there trying to dig the puck loose. Fermi works it clean to Troy Marin. Blocked off by Carson Sperry. Marin. Sperry centers. Petrick there. The shot right on. Lickwar the stop. Petrick a great opportunity. Point blank. Oh, and Malloy got his leg out, and he's going to get called for that. Let's see, Malloy for a trip at the least, yes.
So at 5:53, just about 6 minutes left. Guilford with a 3-2 lead, but finds themselves on a 2-minute penalty kill.
So Malloy for tripping. Face off deep in the Guilford zone. Key point of the game here. Fermi's only had 1 power play so far, and they were unsuccessful with it.
Not only were they unsuccessful, Dean, they had a hard time keeping the puck in the Guilford zone during their power play.
And immediately Mayo makes the first save, and the Indians clear it. As you mentioned that. Cataruzza stops, reverses, and clears it. They were expecting a whistle, I think. Logan Beck. Mike Ring hard in the forecheck there on Beck. Took him down. Ring trying to trick his opponent, calling for the puck. There's those smarts coming in again.
That's right.
As Billy said. And cleared down the ice. Right on goal, Lickwar. We've seen that happen randomly, even at the NHL level. But Lickwar had to come back. He was going to play it around the boards, and that hit a bad support. Wouldn't have been bad for Guilford, but Lickwar comes back and stops it. Mackey on the face-off. Fermi controls it. Here's Zetterholm. Flipped in by Mackey. Troy Marin. Dacey in front, comes back to the point. Brandel shoot, blockered away by Lickwar.
Hard to believe that Guilford's on a penalty kill right here, isn't it, Dean?
Again, like you mentioned, they didn't show much the first time, and it's Guilford that's the aggressor here. Still 20-plus seconds to kill on the penalty. And we got an interference call on Chris Cafaro.
That'll change things.
So the Indians with 30 seconds to kill of a 2-man disadvantage now, with Chris Cafaro being called for interference. 4:13 left in regulation. Logan Beck keeps it, gets it to the wing. Boise the shot, rebound try.
Nice scoop out of there by Zach Cataruzza.
Mayo made the stop. Cataruzza there to his aid to help. Okay, first penalty's over. Stick flipped in the air. That was a Falcon stick. Back across, looking for the off wing of Despard, who's got both Fermi goals so far. Despard from the hash marks. Can't make a move around Mike Ring. Ring still with it. Indians fans calling for a penalty. They wanted a hook on Despard. Just over a minute left of the 5-on-4. And Horton gets it out. Beck, he better look out because Horton's going to pick his pocket. Horton has a man coming down the middle. Oh, and he sent the pass high. He wanted Mike Ring. He found Ryan Moore out of the zone. But the Indians kill a few more seconds. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Over 40 seconds left on the man advantage for Fermi. Faraci cutting wide on Cataruzza. Now it's Brian Riley. Gets it back to the point. Slapper one-timer blocked. Cataruzza gets a little cross-check in, able to clear the zone. Are the Indians just 10 seconds left on the power play for Fermi.
Well, I tell you, Dean, Guilford ought to just play the rest of the game down a man. They're playing with a lot of intensity.
Like you were saying, you can never have enough goals. Yeah. I don't know, you can never have enough men on the ice, I guess.
Good point.
But here's Zetterholm. Isn't that a nice fine wine, Zetterholm? A nice brand of wine, I don't know. I don't know if they're related. I don't think so. The spelling's slightly different, but Mackey.
If Zetterholm was a wine, he would be a blush.
Cafaro.
Maybe a pink rosé.
Donahue in front. Went off a Lickwar's stick. And by James Mackey. Now Brand takes the hit from Zetterholm. Carried out by Matt Boulay. Boulay Cafaro getting back. Mayo made the save. Puck along the boards and out of the zone. Looking for Donahue. 1:10 to go. Towards the net, Donahue. Oh, what a deflection there. He flipped it right on Lickwar. And look out the other way. 2-on-2 break. Sent wide. The goaltender Lickwar's out. The Falcons with 6 attackers. Here's a chance in the slot. Glove save over the net. Trying to get it in front. Mayo scurrying. He sprawls out and covers it with 39.7 to go.
Exciting.
So timeout called here. Not sure by which team. I would think the Falcons, but actually the official might have just pointed Guilford's way.
I think Ralph wanted to rest his defense to keep some of those seniors out there for the last 39 seconds.
That would be nice to have them finish off this one here tonight. We expect Lickwar to remain pulled because the faceoff's going to remain deep in the Guilford zone. So just under 40 seconds left, as you see there on your screen. The Indians still with a 1-goal lead coming off the timeout. And John, you're absolutely right. The seniors are out there along with Matt Horton. So look for them to finish this off if they can. 6-on-5 advantage as Lickwar remains pulled. Shot, missed glove side. Indians get it out. Logan Beck, one of the Falcons seniors. And that's broken up. Moore has the empty net. He scores! Ryan Moore! Logan Beck, one of the Falcons seniors. And that's broken up. Moore has the empty net. He scores! Ryan Moore! And then points to some of the many fans here tonight. Nice little celebration with 25.9 left. Ryan Moore with his second of the night.
Adding more to his team-leading point total, Dean.
That's right, now with 10 goals. Just over 20 points. More importantly, it's going to be a team win tonight, and that's what they needed, coming off a tough one against Milford, where the shot advantage certainly went their way, but the scoreboard indicated something else. Here, the scoreboard's not going to indicate something else. It'll indicate Fermi had a 2-0 lead, and then it was all Guilford.
All Guilford.
After that. So Indians not allowed to make the late change. Mackey's going to have to remain out. Coach Russell tried to get out Mr. Tebow. He's got Petrick and Gaudio. Mackey stays out there. Indians flip it out. Final 15 seconds. Brandt, could they get one last shot? They do. It doesn't get through. The fans count it down, and that's going to do it. The horn sounds. This one is over. The Guilford Indians on senior night are victorious by a score of 4-2. And conveniently, John, all seniors with the goals.
Nice.
As Mackey, Ring with one each, Moore with two. Cataruzza gets a couple pluses there.
Certainly.
Didn't get a point, but certainly figured in on plenty of the play.
Oh, absolutely.
The Falcons now drop to 6-9-1. They are going to need to win 2 of their last 4 games if they hope to become playoff eligible. The Indians improve to 8-5-2 with that and get a little momentum going for themselves.
That's right.
As they head in for a big date, a couple big ones on the road, Amity and Cheshire before coming home for the final 3 of the season, regular season, North Haven, East Haven, and North Brantford.
There's not an easy game in that bunch.
There is not an easy game in that bunch, absolutely not. And the next one will be Amity. But before that, we're going to try and get some post-game reaction. Indians victorious here tonight, 4-2. Hopefully we'll be able to get a senior or two here on senior night. We'll be back with more in just a moment. We're back with Indians head coach Ralph Russo after victorious senior night tonight over Fermi. And coach, coming off a tough one against Milford, this has to be a very good feeling after falling behind again, 2-0 to come back and rally with 4 straight.
It's a great feeling because I saw the kids make up their mind that they were going to turn the game around. And you saw the difference. The second period, they came out, they played physical, they finished plays, and by the third period, I think we really had the other team a little tired.
Yeah, the physical play, kind of 2-0 game, and then you guys hitting. Donahue and Baddock with some real big checks back-to-back. And it's nice to see them pick that up because that's truly a benefit to having them in their game. But that seemed to be a real turning point.
That's right, and we got to do it. We have to do that every period. I mean, every shift you have the battle for the puck. It's it's a game that's about competition for the puck and for trying to score. And you can't score unless you get the puck. And you got to sometimes play physical to push guys off the puck. And when you do it, it makes a difference in the game.
Falling behind 2-0 in the first period, getting a late goal from James Mackey on the power play, that kind of at least give you a little spark going to that locker room?
That shows you a senior who wants to make sure that this night is his night. That makes sure it's a senior night. That's great. Seniors played a great game.
I was going to say, all the seniors scored, and with a 2-2, Ryan Moore with a big one there late in the second period to put you guys ahead.
Nice, that's right. And that's the kind of hockey we expect from them every game.
Now, you only had 4 seniors this year. Last year you had a bigger class, but you have 4 key seniors have been with you for 4 years. Talk about what this crop of guys has really meant to the team, the organization. They named them all captains this year, so that shows something with their leadership. But talk about that group a little bit.
Well, they've been around for a great era in Guilford hockey. Been there for the championship. They've been there for a return to the finals. Been there for a semifinal game. And, here's a chance, for them to make a statement and go out with a big win in their senior year. And that's, the leadership we want for them is to go out and set the tone and show the younger players that, we want the program to keep being successful.
To make that happen, you're going to have to play 5 more games in about 8 days, including 2 on the road with Amity coming up next, the number 1 seed in Division 2. It's not going to get any easier. There's no easy games left on the schedule. You have minimal practice time. So what is kind of the thought process with a week plus to go here and 5 games left in it?
The thought process is to go out there and play hard. It's to play your hardest, play your best. You don't give up, and you just try to be aware and work with your teammates. We've played a lot of hockey at the beginning of the season. We know basically these kids have seen everything there is to see in a hockey season, so they know what to do. It's just now's the time to tune it up and go out there and play hard.
Let's hope that's what can happen. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be back with some more seniors in just a moment and bring them on for some final thoughts. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, we're back with Indians' 4 seniors here tonight that were honored for their senior night. Mike Ring, James Mackey, Zach Cataruzza, and Ryan Moore in that order. Guys come out, trail 2-0, come back in a victorious 4-2. All you guys figure in on goals, and convenient that is on senior night. James, you got it going, trailing 2-0. Talk about the goal late in the period, kind of give you guys a little something, a little momentum going into the break.
Well, I don't remember precisely exactly what happened, but we had the face-off down in the left side in the offensive zone. I won the draw back to Ryan, and he shot the puck. I think it hit one of their guys, and then the puck was just laying there, so I turned around and ripped it to the left side of the net, and luckily I think it went right under his armpit and went in.
And then Dacey and Horton worked the puck before Ring here finally deposited the second goal, but it was bound to go in. You guys were working the puck really well. Talk about, you basically had an easy shot after they did some of the work, but talk about that tying goal.
Yeah, it's always been for me, like go hard to the net, crash the net, and try and put in a rebound. I don't have the best shot on the team, I'll admit that. And so coming in, swooping in the final seconds is, just being in the right spot and put it in.
I'm going to ask you one more thing. We actually interviewed your brother in between the second and third period for a bit of an alumni interview. So, Billy, I asked him the question that I'm going to ask you. Who's the better Ring, Mike or Billy?
Obviously me.
That was easy.
Better hair, better looking. I mean, just all around better. Nicer person, nicer smile. Like, it's just...
Maybe college will change you, too, because Billy was a bit more diplomatic than you were. Anyway, good answer, though. Ryan, you got the go-ahead late in the period. Talk about that cannon a little bit. 57 seconds left to give you guys a lead.
I mean, I saw the net a little bit, not really though. I just saw a bunch of Fermi guys in front of it, so I shot it just to the left of all of them. I was lucky enough that it went right to the left of all of them and right past the goalie into the bottom left corner.
Zach, did the physical play kind of change the momentum of this and the tune, because you guys started laying the body out a little bit more and they seemed to get fatigued, especially later in the game?
Well, I think it was obvious the first period we were slacking a little bit. They got up 2 goals. So, I mean, the second period we came out, put some bodies on, and tired them out and grinded away and got those goals.
Now I'm going to go around to each of you, but this is your night. 4 years culminate. You've all played for 4 years, but any favorite memories for you in the 4 years throughout your career, Mike?
Definitely the tying goal against Hand here in our arena. It was incredible, especially just looking up, seeing, just a sea of fans and everything. It was great. I love playing for Guilford. I love playing for the town, and just to see everyone, all my friends here, and it was a big moment.
James?
Well, winning states freshman year was pretty special, but I didn't play a huge role in that team. So, of the kind of moments that I've been a big part of, the game away at Hand this year that we won was pretty special. Jumping on that glass there and celebrating, and that was just a huge game.
That did feel like a state championship final right there. Zach, how about you?
Well, I mean, taking it off the ice, I think sophomore year, we had a pasta party at Montesi's. I wasn't even on the team at the time. I was suffering from the ACL, but, they accepted me there. So we spent a night during a blizzard, got a couple snowball fights. Great time just to hang out with some bros.
Excellent. And then Ryan?
I mean, to build off that, I can't even pick a single moment because there's just so many, but the entire sophomore year, I would say. I mean, I've never played on a team with such, you got the shirt in your hand, such brotherhood, and just such great team camaraderie, and it's just an awesome 4 years for all of us.
And they did come out with this new shirt, which I'll show, with the brotherhood on the back, and I don't know if anybody wants to speak about it, but whose idea was that? Where did that come up with? And, obviously you just kind of spoke a little bit about it, Ryan, but who we kind of speak that? Did you come up with that shirt?
We all came up with it. We had a group message going. We were all throwing in ideas, and we all came up with brotherhood. We thought it was a great idea to go with.
Now with 5 games left, you've got a tough schedule. There's no easy games remaining on the schedule. Is there anything, and there's not a lot of practice time left, so what is really the focus in the last week as you guys get ready for the last 5 games going into the playoffs? I'll go with you, James.
Well, I think we just need to take care of ourselves and in this span we got 3 games in 4 days. Got to get some good sleep, get some good food in us, and then make sure we're ready to play in some pretty tough competitive games against some good SEC teams.
Maybe another epic pasta party would help in between that. That'd be nice. All right, guys, great job tonight. Congratulations, and congratulations on the great 4 years. And that's going to wrap it up from here. The Indians victorious in large part because of these 4. After trailing 2-0, they win 4-2. For Jeff Horton and John Knapp, I'm Dean Cornelio. Good night from East Haven Indians 4, Fermi 2. Good night, everybody.